So, day after the game, a lot of people are debating Sam Darnold or Trey Lance, but there is no reasonable argument to be had over Brock Purdy, and that's a good thing for the 49ers. We shouldn't lose perspective of what the most important QB development of this game was for the 49ers against the Broncos, and that was Brock Purdy looking sharp as hell in his first live action coming off of major elbow surgery. I talked about this yesterday from this park. It was dreary here yesterday. The marine layer was over the Lois Park. Now it's sunny. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Purdy was a little rusty today. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look good coming off his ACL against Denver in the preseason of 2019. Trey Lance didn't look good last week coming off of the ankle injury. But Brock Purdy, in his one drive yesterday, 5 of 6, Kyle Shanahan said it. Kyle Shanahan said, I don't think he made a single bad play. There was one throwaway, and there was one sack that wasn't Brock Purdy's fault. I think that sack was a positive play because he survived the hit. It's important to take that first one after a major injury. But just look at the rhythm, the timing, the command that Brock Purdy showed of the offense. It looked like he hadn't suffered an injury at all. Looked like a seasoned vet. I mean, the difference between Purdy and the 49ers' other quarterbacks, I think, is marked as far as just viewing command of the huddle, command of the proceedings. Now I get it. Sam Darnold and Trey Lance didn't have a chance to play with Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, and nobody had a chance to play with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. Those guys weren't out there. Just scary to think of what this 49ers offense can look like when everybody is out there during the regular season. And it obviously helps to have all the weapons, but you could still tell a lot without all the guys out there, just in terms of poise, pocket presence. And let's not compare Purdy to Darnold and Lance too much. Why don't we just compare Purdy to who Purdy was before and acknowledge that he looks a lot like the Brock Purdy who lit the league on fire last season. And to look that way in his first live action since an elbow surgery is saying something. Brock Purdy wasn't supposed to be playing at this time, according to the initial prognosis. People were saying, 6 months, that would be September 10th. That's the date of the season opener. People were talking about Trey Lance starting the first 4 weeks of the regular season. Brock Purdy was back and throwing just over 4 months after his surgery. He was back for day one of training camp, and now he looked crisp yesterday for the 49ers. I thought it was great on that one slant to Brandon Ayuk that put the 49ers down near the goal line. But what Kyle Shanahan did is he rolled Brock Purdy out a lot yesterday, probably to make sure that with a shorter quarterback, you want to do this in general, but there was no Trent Williams yesterday, so he didn't want to leave Brock Purdy exposed on the blind side right out of the gate. But he rolled him out, and he made Brock Purdy make some throws on the naked rollout, on the rollout to the side that's unnatural for a right-handed thrower. And when I knew that Brock Purdy was fine was I think it was his second completion of the day. When he rolled to the left, they're running the same type of action as they did on the first completion, which was to Deebo Samuel crossing the formation. But Denver took away the short option, which was Brandon Ayuk this time. They made Purdy go on the second option on the play. They made him go downfield to Jawan Jennings. And this was about, a 12, 13-yard throw. Again, against the grain for Brock Purdy, so he had to flip his hips, fire downfield. Only a fully healthy, fully confident quarterback makes that throw as well as Brock Purdy did. And only a fully healthy, fully confident quarterback scrambles the way that Brock Purdy did on that third down to get down near fourth down territory for the 49ers. It's the preseason, so they ended up kicking a field goal at the end of the drive, but it was still, from Brock Purdy's perspective, a flawless drive. And that's exactly what the 49ers needed to see. So you leave that game saying, okay, if you're the 49ers, you can say, our starting quarterback is back. Our starting quarterback's ready to go. He's going to be even better when George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams join the mix.